Hi guys, so I've just finished the live Zoom session and spoke about the benefits of foraging and our first herb, which was nettles, why it's so important, and how to make the first remedy, which is the probiotic nettle vinegar. I'm not going to go through all the benefits because I don't want to keep you guys here too long, and you can obviously refer back to the live session. But I want to show you how to make it. Okay, just so you can see it in real life and show that it doesn't have to be an exact science, something called the Falk method, which is just using rough volumes. So all I've got is 500 mils of raw apple cider vinegar with the mother, just a handful of nettles. I'm not weighing them or measuring them, just literally 1 or 2 handfuls, 2 handfuls really, and a glass jar. A glass jar is better here because the apple cider vinegar will corrode metal. So if you've got a glass jar with a metal lid, all you need to do is put a bit of parchment paper over it or grease-proof paper over it and then put the lid on. Okay, so don't use the vinegar without parchment if you're using a metal lid. So all you need to do then, and also you can go out and forage for these, but most people's gardens will probably have them in, and obviously in your own garden you know what's there, it hasn't been sprayed by anything, so you can probably go out into your garden if you've got a garden and get those. So just 2 handfuls of nettles. What I do is just give them a bit of a chop before you put it in, so just literally just smack, not anything fine, but just break them up a little bit, because the more you break them up, the more of their goodness they're going to release. So, like that. All you have to do is put them in a jar, like so. Give the apple vinegar a good shake. Pour it in. All the way to the top. What you do have to do is give it a good stir so that all the air bubbles are released. Okay. And then put the lid on, give it a shake. And then what is important is, because you're using fresh herbs, to prevent them from going off or rotting in any way, every day you need to invert it and give it a good shake so that as long as the leaves stay wet, they won't rot. And leave that in a dark cupboard. After about a couple of weeks, you can just strain it through a sieve into another clean jar and discard the herb, the actual nettle leaves. But you haven't got to leave it that long. If you get that a good shake tomorrow, you could actually open that up and sprinkle that onto your salad, or even this afternoon. It's still going to have been extracting the benefits. So it's that simple. A couple of handfuls into the jar, pour over the oil, give it a stir, give it a shake, and that's it. But you will find on the resources page a full written guide, the full recipe for how to make this, if you want to refer to that. Any questions, let me know.